There's nothing that the state of North Carolina can do to justify what they did to me.
Between 1929 and 1974, North Carolina sterilized more than 7,600 men and women. A 5-person board in Raleigh gave the orders, and doctors did the surgeries to keep these people from having children that would likely need social services. Later this year, lawmakers in North Carolina will decide whether to right that wrong, to pay those victims. A task force is recommending $50,000 as compensation, a substantial amount of money, but victims we spoke with say it's not much pay for their pain. They're speaking out in tonight's WECT News special report.
Yeah, they told my mother that I was feeble-minded and I wasn't capable of having children no more.
But at age 14, Leila Dunstan had a child, a son, James.
She's the only person I got to protect her.
Doctors who examined Leila and her mother at that time classified them both as feeble-minded. So a few months after James was born, under orders from the state eugenics board and approved by her mother, a doctor in Wilmington sterilized Leila.
Because God put us in this world to produce children, not to get rid of them, not to kill them, not to get somebody to take your organs where you can't have no more children.
It's a hurting feeling, John. And I love children.
Elnora Mills went into a Wilmington hospital for a ruptured appendix in 1967 when she was just 16 years old. Since she had had a nervous breakdown a year earlier, her parents approved the state's order for sterilization.
But see, they didn't tell me I had mental problems neither.
Elnora never knew about that part of the surgery. She didn't find out until 2 years later, after she and her husband Buddy tried to have children.
They should have told me, let me know what they did to me. I didn't think it was right until I waited till 1969 to find out my tubes was cut and burnt.
The state estimates that less than half of the 7,600 sterilization victims are still alive, while some have testified at public hearings.
I am not feeble-minded. I've never been feeble-minded. They slandered me. They ridiculed and harassed me. They cut me open like I was a hog.
Most did not know about plans to pay them for what happened.
The Fox News, 10 o'clock, you brought it up, and that's how I found out, and that's why I called you about it.
A task force recommends $50,000 each.
I think it's bogus. That's not enough money for us.
That's about $1,000 for each year Elnora and Buddy Mills have gone without children.
When I read that to him, what they did to me, he cried. See, my husband is missed out not having children. Yeah.
Well, so have you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, both Elnora and Leila are on the list of victims to be compensated by the state. How much they'll get and when they'll get it, that's up to state lawmakers to decide. Now, if you know of someone who could be a eugenics victim, here's what you can do. We have a link to the Sterilization Victims Foundation inside this story on the homepage of WECT.com, or they can get in touch with me here at the station by phone or by email. We'll try to do for them what we did for Elnora, put her in touch with the right people in Raleigh and get them on the list like we helped her.
Such a good report. I mean, a horrifying story, but a good report.
Yeah, and these people, again, in Elnora's case, she had no idea. She had no idea and didn't even know she'd been sterilized until she and Buddy tried to have children. Went to the doctor 2 years later, and the doctor is the one who told her someone had sterilized her before.
And again, most of them were teenagers at the time?
Most were teenagers, men and women. Yeah, it's a part of North Carolina's history not a lot of people want to visit.
No. All right. Thanks, John.